Oh look, it's Nero's only weapon show-off cutscene. Dante gets 3 of these, Nero only gets 1. Wonder why that is.
Nero was supposed to have more weapons, but
What did you say that they took out the other weapons because they thought they'd take away from the Red Queen's exceed system or something?
yeah. Basically, you know the stuff his Buster can do, like hold people in place, some other stuff.
Yeah.
They're what's left of the weapons he was gonna have.
Ah.
Yes, he was gonna get them from the bosses as well. Yeah.
I like the hold ability, by the way, but we'll see more of that once the mission starts.
Or in secret, or are you gonna do the secret missions? Because seriously, no, that secret mission, I hate it so much.
By the way, I like how it was Kyrie who lugged that thing over here rather than Credo.
It's like, I brought this all the way here. From where?
And
how far?
I am the Knight Commander. I do not need to lug people's weapons around. People lug weapons around for me.
Oh, you want me a necklace?
Your little sister. Shut up, bitch! Carry the weapon! It's just... Credo apparently cares a lot about Kyrie, and yet he lets Kyrie lug the weapon through the town. Okay.
Trust me, I'll get it done.
His goatee supersedes any sibling feelings.
No man, it's his job. Duty calls, man. Gotta carry that weapon for me.
This here is the extent of Kyrie's involvement in the story, to silently smile at Nero every time he does something vaguely romantic.
I must leave you two alone for a vague romantic moment. Excuse me.
Nope.
Nope, vague romantic moment averted.
Looks like they're determined to interrupt.
Now loaded.
Personally, if I was a girl and someone fired a gun that close to my face, I would slap him. But, yeah.
Well, yeah, guns are, loud, and it probably really hurt your ears.
Gunshot that close to your face would probably ring like nothing else.
And burn a little, because you'd feel the heat.
Now, this is one of the cutscenes that they showed off before the game was released. Mostly it just shows off how Nero fights. Unlike the skating around on the enemy and firing your guns in circles move from DMC3, you can't actually do what Nero does in this cutscene during actual gameplay.
That was such a cool surprise, that you could actually do that.
Tell me about it.
Ow.
That's kind of what sold the game for me, the enemy surfing round.
Well, the enemy surfing in DMC3 was totally ineffectual, but it was cool as hell.
That was pretty much
ineffectual. It was like a really, really cheap dodge, I guess.
Talking of Nero's sword for a moment, it's actually the only melee weapon in the series, to my knowledge, that is not a devil arm. It's actually man-made. The Order of the Sword uses these weird techno rev-up swords that were invented by Agnes, I believe.
Yeah.
And Red Queen's is just this hyper-personalized, super large custom version Nero made.
Yeah.
That somehow lights on fire or whatever.
Well, what it does is it spreads propellant every time he turns the thing, and it ignites when he sparks it.
It's a rocket-propelled sword with a motorcycle rev handle, is what it is. And what Nero does when he surfs on the enemies is he revs it up and lets the propellant rocket propel him forward. So he's not just enemy surfing, he's enemy surfing with jet engines, man. How badass is that?
That's pretty fucking cool. Oh man, time for... Look what I can do. The game.
Yep.
The thing with Nero is the exceed system is really interesting if you get into it. And if you get into it really good, you can do some serious damage.
Yep. A lot of people complain about scenes like this, where it's like, oh, why am I not playing this right now? Well, Devil May Cry has cool action scenes every now and then. You get to the gameplay when you get to it. It's not really grating to me unless it's super long. Like, the opening cutscenes with Dante can drag on a bit. And the opening to Bayonetta, if you don't mind me saying it, is really, really, really long. And I couldn't stand that.
I just want to play the game!
Yeah.
Well, I played Bayonetta on every difficulty, and beat it on every difficulty, so, watching that thing every time was like, no, can I just skip. Yep, thank you. I don't want to watch this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool the first time, but even then the first time I was like, this is going on way too long.
Like, when Devil May Cry gets an action scene, it's usually to show off the new weapon you just got.
Yeah.
Something DMC Devil May Cry didn't have.
DMC... Actually, one thing DMC didn't do was too many drawn-out action cutscenes.
No, instead they did too many drawn-out story cutscenes.
Yeah. Well, let's not get too deep into that. But the TLDR version of that is DMC was taking itself way too fucking seriously.
Shakespearean story. Anyway.
Alright,
Yeah,
there's a
based
gold
off what
orb up
Titus
there, but I'm
Andronicus.
not going to pick that up because I already have 3, and 3 is the max you can carry. There are also items scattered around the missions, but I might just, if I remember them, I'll point out where you can pick them up because I've already played these missions, so I've already picked them up. They aren't going to appear again until I play the game on a higher difficulty.
Oh look, Lewis is prepping his sword. He knows there's a fight coming.
Yep. Well, even though the ARM version of the Scarecrow has technically already been introduced, this is the Scarecrow introduction cutscene. Every demon has a cutscene like this when it appears in this game, or at least where it should appear in the normal mode. We're going to see some of them way early in this mode because hard mode changes the enemy arrangements. Fucking Blitz is in Nero's story, man. Ugh.
Oh, nah man, blitzes are easier with Nero because of the grab.
Well, once his charge shots and his buster can wreck their shit very easily, yes. But, god damn, fighting those as Dante.
Fighting those with Dante is like, oh hey, something I can't kill. Brilliant.
Now, Nero also has another advantage against the Blitz, because if they manage to grab you with their self-destruct move and you have Devil Trigger, you can break out of it by Devil Triggering. Devil Trigger for Nero. Nero's Devil Trigger works differently than Dante's. Dante's just, like, makes him... Nothing that ever hits him, it will damage him, but it won't interrupt anything. Nero will get interrupted, but his actual transformation has this sort of shockwave to it that is an excellent...
Like a fighting game burst attack. Like a burst fighting game. It takes you out of the, it takes you out of any damage.
Yeah,
you can compare it to burst.
it breaks enemy combos, enemy grabs, enemy everything. So if you're being wailed on, Devil Trigger.
I remember I played this section on my friend's PC on Legendary Dark Knight mode, and you know that entire road section, that was completely full of enemies.
Oh fuck!
I could not see the road. I was like, oh, that's a lot of enemies.
Legendary Dark Knight in the PC version is what, enemy spam mode? You said?
Yeah, it's basically because MC Framework is like godly on a PC. Like DMC on a mid-level computer runs at 240 frames per second.
Ah.
Holy shit.
Right. So
Nice.
Legendary Dark Knight mode is, hey, how many enemies can we put in the game till it runs at 60 again?
You know, the screenshots for DMC4 before they released it had like oodles and oodles of enemies in them. And then when the game actually released, it was like 3 or 4. Okay.
Consoles.
Like we're talking like early PS3 exclusive DMC4 screenshots where the Devil Trigger was still red and fiery.
When it was exclusive to PS3, it was actually better because they were tapping into the exclusive stuff on the PS3.
Yeah,
But,
core
like the cell
processor,
processor. Yeah.
Power of the cell. Yes.
Then, of course, Capcom decided they wanted to go multi-plat.
Make more money.
Probably set development back like nothing else when they did.
It was
But at the
likely.
same time,
Yeah, it made like more money. Made a ton
yeah,
of
it
money.
sold the most copies out of all the series, though.
You know what
despite
sold the
everything.
least amount of copies, and you're going to be surprised by this. DMC3.
Yeah, no.
You know why, don't you?
There's a DMC2, yeah.
Yeah,
No one wants
free-
to buy DMC3.
It's like, 2? DMC3? Are they still making those? Hell no.
And then everyone's all like, oh wait, DMC3 was actually good, let's all buy DMC4 now. So yeah.
Alright, I'm doing this wrong. If you want to beat these enemies on time, what you want to do is buster the fuck out of them. 2 busters per Scarecrow kills them. Right now, I just don't give a fuck because I already have all the blue orb fragments, so I'm pointlessly doing as much stylish shit as I can,
Man, Lewis is just showing off.
which doesn't help
Yeah.
your ranking at all because secret missions don't give you style points. They give you red orbs, which I don't know if count toward the rankings at all, and that's about it.
Nah, they only count for the time in most timed missions.
Uh,
Not that I ever tried to get onto the world leaderboards for secret missions.
Also, I'm a total scrub at this because I'm actually using the Blue Rose's normal shot on a regular basis. No pro player I ever see playing this game does that. Charge shots all day, every day.
There's no
So-
point in using anything else, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I just,
Because you can stay in the air with other shit. Like, you
I
have,
just- you know, I'm a DMC1 baby, so I just like knocking the enemy into the air and keeping them there with my bullets. So I do that every
Dude,
and for no-
I love doing that. That was literally what I did in every game. I even managed to do that in DMC Devil May Cry.
Like, if you charge shot one an enemy that's on the ground, you'll actually bat them up into the air with it. I like doing that. And then just letting them fall, and then doing it again. Just making them my bitch.
Yeah, stuff like that is just fun.
Like, Devil May Cry isn't a hard action series to beat, but
it's hard to be good at it.
It encourages you to do stupidly unnecessary stuff just for the sake of looking good while you're doing it.
Well, hey, that's what separates it from the rest of the games, right?
Yeah, well, like, I was playing Ninja Gaiden recently, and it, like, as a Devil May Cry veteran, I couldn't play it. Because I was like, I want to be stylish, but the idea isn't to be stylish here, it's to just survive. I can't do this.
Ninja Gaiden is hard as balls, man. At least when it's good.
Dude, it's like the worst kind of hard as balls though, because like I got to this one part where you're fighting these motorcycle idiots, and Ryu can't hit them. How do I hit these guys? Game doesn't tell me.
Yeah.
But you know, I played on the Vita, so yeah.
Grab move is actually pretty not that useful, but I use it a lot anyway because it's a good way to give yourself some protection while you either taunt or rev up.
Yeah, I don't know. I always just kind of let go of the circle button. I
Alright,
never
now,
held enemies.
normally, on normal and easy, this mission is all Scarecrows, but suddenly out of nowhere, in the most visually annoying part of the level ever, they throw assaults at you.
Man, screw assault. I hate them so much.
Assaults were called Blades in Devil May Cry 1, and they're one of two demon types that return from that game. They were annoying there, too.
I have the horrible memory. You know the first mission the assaults the blades turn up in? Well, when I first played DMC1, I had a cheat disc. I got it, like, for some birthday or something, I don't remember. And, it let me have Infinite Devil Trigger, and I was just messing around, so I was like, woo, Infinite Devil Trigger. It came with a horrible caveat. You could never unequip Alistor.
Huh.
Like, you'd go to unequip it, equip Ifrit, and you know how Dante's gauntlets burn on the, equip screen, when you have them equipped? You could still see the lightning from Alistor on his back. I was like, what?
Oh, man.
So I couldn't punch the door open, so I was stuck. I was like,
Oh,
So then
hell
what'd
yeah.
you do?
Triple X.
Yeah, you go back. I just turned the disc off, innit?
Oh.
And then I just went back to that mission.
Now, the style ranking system in 4 isn't as draconian about holding your style ranking as 3 is.
Yeah.
What do you mean you stopped attacking? Back to D with you!
Well, that's what 1 and 2 did. 3 has the same basic style meter that 4 uses, but it decreases a lot more quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Best way to show that off, Lewis, is to, you know them combat adjusticators?
Yeah.
Those are literally the best way to show off how fast the style meter goes down.
Yeah. Yes,
It
they are.
drops like crazy.
God help you when you need to actually get a triple S on a combat abjugator. Ugh.
Oh, fuck.
With Cerberus.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Am I like the only person that couldn't work out how to use that thing?
Yeah, probably, because I'm a
Cerberus.
fucking casual and I was able to figure out
Cerberus
Cerberus,
is
man.
okay, but Neven, goddamn, that weapon is good if you know how to use it. Terrible otherwise. Like,
Or in my case as a kid, it was, hey, Swordmaster with this thing. I can now use it as scythe. Is that all I can do with it? Wow, this
jumping
is a
up
crappy
to
weapon.
the top of that is really fucking hard, by the way. Just saying. Good luck doing that.
There's a lot of those in DMC. High areas that you can just jump on top of to get more orbs.
Yeah, that last one is really fucking precise, and it's unwieldy as hell with the platform mechanics in these games. If there's one thing DMC did that the other 4 games don't do well, it's jumping and platforming controls. 4 is better than the others. The camera and the once you have the air hike, you're okay, and the areas don't really emphasize it too much.
Yeah.
But DMC 1 had like this one invisible platforming section where after you kill this flaming dragon skull, you have to jump across invisible platforms. I'm just like, nope, I'm air hiking past this shit.
Yeah, man, no, don't even go there with that crap. It doesn't even help that DMC 1 had the worst controls, seriously, holy crap.
DMC 1 was hurt most by the fact that it had absolutely no manual camera control sections at all. Like, 3 would give you manual camera control in sections where you needed a platform, but, and 4 has a lot of that in areas everywhere. Like, the fixed camera locations are more of a novelty that appear in certain places, like this one.
But yeah, to be fair, DMC 1 was still kind of Resident Evil 4 back then, right? So
Yeah,
yeah.
It never really ever got over that.
DMC 1 was originally invented, as I recall, while they were experimenting with DMC 4, they discovered a glitch where you could juggle enemies with your guns, and Konami was like,
Resident
let's
Evil, it
make
was like
this a
Resident
game.
Evil 4, yeah.
It was Onimusha.
Onimusha? What?
Yeah, Onimusha.
No,
They discovered they could juggle with it, with attacks on an enemy, and then the guy liked it so much he left it in the game.
Ah.
And then they made a whole game out of it, so yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, like, when you do walk around and interact with shit, it has, like, the Resident Evil style text at the bottom and all that crap.
It's still in DMC 4, I think. Like, there's some of that in DMC 4, yeah.
There are some
A little bit,
things,
but there is more objects in DMC 1.
there are
like-
some things in 4 that do that, but it's really downplayed. Like, DMC 4 doesn't often do the key hunt thing, and when it does, it tries to do it in a vaguely interesting way, like the Anima Mercury, ugh. But, it tries and fails, I should say. But, yeah, 1 was straight up key hunting, 3 did the same thing, 2 had a bit of it, but mostly it was whack-a-mole games.
Jesus Christ. All I remember of DMC2 was holding down the gun. And that was all I remember. I remember using the gun exclusively.
Those guns were OP as shit,
Well,
man.
the guns were way powerful in 2, just about the right level in 1, and then from 3 onward they got nerfed to hell and gone, which is why no one uses normal shot anymore.
I did see a really interesting video, though it was vaguely True Star related, but basically someone had an argument that the guns were really bad in DMC 3, like you said, and he invented something called the Gunslinger's Ball, where you play Mission 1 with nothing but with Gunslinger mode on, and nothing but your gun.
Oh god.
Crazy.
Sounds like playable lady to me. I want that, by the way.
I still want that. She was in Project X Zone.
Now, what I'm actually going to try to do is try to show off the special moves for the Devil Trigger, and fail spectacularly. The Devil Trigger, Nero's Devil Trigger has 2 special moves that are unique to Yamato. This is one of them, but it has a ridiculously large charge-up time, so it's not very useful.
Showdown versus Cross, because Showdown is the best.
I love how high the Scarecrows bounce when you Devil Trigger throw them from the air. It's beautiful.
Dun, 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 dun.
Now, this mission recording fucked up a couple times before I actually got footage for it. I'm kind of sad that it did, because in my first playthrough I got the air guitar taunt.
Oh, I love that song.
The taunt is awesome. It's also endless. The air guitar taunt actually plays air guitar music. Nero just plays the air guitar until you move him. And I think it builds up style points for however long you maintain it.
It's also a completely ad-libbed taunt. Johnny Young Bosch didn't want to do the taunt they had in mind because he said it was too vulgar for Nero to do.
What was it? Flipping them the bird?
I assume it must have been flipping the bird.
Well, he does that in a cutscene once to Dante.
See, no, but it just makes me think, since, you know, Dante from DMC is such a fucking Nero ripoff, and then they actually have Nero apparently has the standards where you can't flip the bird, so...
Well, his voice actor said, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just illustrates the big difference, right? You know?
The drop.
Yeah, I get you.
The drop kick is only in the game because Johnny Young Bosch wanted it to be, right?
Yeah, he was like, I want to be able to do that drop kick. They added it.
It's actually a really
like
good
that.
move when you pull it off, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sends the enemy flying. Good way to open a battle.
The
I
best
wish
way
you
to
could finish a boss with a drop kick, though.
We're only one mission in.
Though.
We're only one mission in, and even Nero is fed up with how formulaic things are getting. Like, oh, another room full of demons.
Reminds me of the time when Dante gets to Agnes's board game. He's like, I don't want to play this crap.
Oh look, it's that one boss with the incredibly English name. How they fucked this up, I have no idea. Burial.
Clearly, he has the correct name.
You got Belial right in Darkstalkers, you fuckers. Come on. You messed up in the head or something.
L to R. We have to retranslate everything. We're wrong,
Hey
clearly.
guys. Nilo Angelo.
Uh,
Nilo Angelo was supposed to be Nero Angelo, which translates to Black Angel, if I remember correctly.
yeah,
No,
you
we don't discuss that because it costs too much shit.
Which, incidentally, makes Nero's name I think a double reference. One to Nero Angelo, and another to a CD burner called Nero.
Yep. The thing with Nero is that, you know, he's named for... Same with Dante, same with Virgil. Named for stuff the Japanese don't have a good knowledge of.
Named for Italian poets, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But neither of the three are anything like the poets they're based off of.
No, Dante clearly went into hell with guns that he made himself.
Alright, here's my DMC4 strategy guide. The opening strategy for this boss is hilarious. To defeat Burial, simply circle him in a wide path and shoot him continuously. Time-consuming, isn't it? The funny thing is, it's totally doable, but...
Yeah, but it takes fucking ages and you get no style whatsoever.
Yup. So if you're a complete scrub at this game, that's an option. It's also the way you beat every boss ever in DMC2.
It's also how you beat Final Virgil in DMC1. Oh, did I spoil that? Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever.
come on. You spoiled a fucking 12-year-old game. Big deal.
I will spoil 12-year-old games.
Now,
If you have not played it already, I'm disappointed.
guns are generally not something you want to use on bosses, but I will say that charged shots 2 and 3 especially are excellent for boss fights. Use them however often you can fire them. The initial damage from charge shot 3 is pretty noticeable on the bar, but the charge shot 3 has this delayed explosion effect, and it's excellent for weakening bosses to the point where you can throw them.
Oh, you can also chain throw Burial if you do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can. I used to chain throw him a lot.
Burial has 2 throws. He has an aerial throw that you execute by jumping at him, which slams him to the ground and leaves him vulnerable. And he has a final throw that you use while he's on the ground. Don't use that throw until you're ready to have him explode and set on fire again, because that will end whatever combo potential you had while he was weakened.
Yeah.
Bam!
The best thing with Burial is to do is to just sort of getting close when you can. He's a bit like Phantom in that if you get too close too often, he'll just completely destroy you.
Mm-hmm. Of course, unlike Phantom, you can't just split him over and over and over again and expect to win.
No. When I was a kid and I was a scrub at DMC, I beat Phantom by just jumping in the air and air striking him to death.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was how you're supposed to do it.
Phantom is an easy boss once you know how to dodge his attacks, but when you get to that point in DMC3, it is kind of a wake-up call. Like the game's saying, haha, you thought the game was relatively easy to this point. Well, we're not. We're done fucking around.
And then when you beat him, oh look, I followed you.
Mission's just about over, but let's end it in style since I'm running. See if I can't get a freeze frame drop kick. Booyah!
Oh, yeah.
Now, one thing I want to point out, you can usually tell what ranking you get before it shows the ranking just by looking at the bullet holes.
Yeah, the amount of bullet holes you get. The best way to tell if you've got an S is they'll do an initial burst, and then there'll be a pause, and then he'll do a large burst. Happened in DMC3.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that for this video.
Alright, that is the end of Mission 2. We will see you all next time for Mission 3, the White Wing.